Hey everybody, welcome to the Mind Mechanic Podcast. This is Shannon Price and I'm here to help you navigate your life. Thanks for tuning into today's podcast. And it's all about freedom because today's the 4th of July. And when you listen to this, it won't be the 4th of July maybe anymore, but that's okay because I think it's going to relate to you. Because my goal in life is to change the way people see and treat themselves, to educate, empower, and evolve. I've dedicated a huge portion of my life to help each person become the best version of who they are, one step at a time, and to teach them how to continue to do this for the rest of their lives. You and I have one thing in common. We want to constantly improve our lives and be the best version of ourselves. But many people have lived their lives pretty much the same way for a very long time, stuck. You are capable of making the biggest transformation of your life. You're capable of becoming unstuck. If you consider all those ways that we've made ourselves feel stuck, becoming unstuck is just a change in perspective, a change of mindset and behavior. So how would it feel if you just couldn't find that feeling of anxiety or fear any longer because you know how to control it, you know how to take charge, and you don't scan yourself for it every day? What is it that you struggle with internally that causes the external anxiety and emotion or action that you just wish would stop? Well, I know how to help you help yourself, and I know how to make it stop once and for all. What if you could spend just a little time with me one-on-one to learn how to do that for the rest of your life? My question today is, how do you enjoy true freedom? And how can you enjoy true personal freedom? Now, Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. Now that's an old quote from Ronald Reagan. But you know what? It has a lot to do with your personal freedom. Like most everything in life, freedom is a choice, and with that choice comes responsibility. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the gift of freedom. So then you have this wonderful opportunity to do something big and bold that's beautiful with your life, to ultimately leave behind a legacy that's much bigger than yourself, to change yourself. I've found in virtually every case that the decision to take on the challenge to confront fear and achieve important goals comes down to the desire for greater personal freedom in someone's life. You know, many people have difficulty putting it into words, but I assure you, the opportunity to enjoy and continuously expand your own personal freedom just comes with change. It comes with new patterns of behavior as the old, outdated patterns are retired. So not choosing to retire these obsolete, potentially harmful patterns is the best way to stay stuck. And that, my friends, is completely unnecessary. My non-trance-based hypnotherapy system is a direct method of creating rapid and positive change in the way you think, feel, and behave. This system utilizes the way your mind works the best, enabling you to get control of your subconscious patterns of thought, giving you the power to remove any blockages, any limiting beliefs, any roadblocks that hold you back. And by using direct communication with that most powerful and creative part of your mind, the subconscious, This system puts you back in charge of your own thoughts and responses. It acts as a permanent means of updating your automatic patterns of thought and programming yourself for success. And you can use these to change almost any current pattern of thought that you are unhappy with. The beliefs that restrict us and prevent us from reaching our true potential are at some point learned at a subconscious level. Yet we often become consciously aware that certain beliefs or patterns of thought are now out of date and they do us no good. So with this method, we can update your subconscious programming and remove the barriers in thinking that restricts you. While it's certainly necessary and certainly true that your subconscious is the more emotional and childlike part of our thinking, well, it's also the most powerful. As soon as your subconscious mind commits to an idea, then you're going to have a desperately difficult time trying to consciously override it. Here's a couple of simple examples. So we know that a spider can't really hurt us and is actually just trying to get away from us. Still, we are afraid of spiders, right? I'm in that category, right? If you see that spider, you're like, ah, and you're just going to jump up, right? You're going to get away from it. Number two, here's another one. If you were a smoker, we know that cigarettes will kill us, yet you still want one. And I have helped more than one or two people stop smoking for good with this system. It's a change of behavior patterns. That's all it is. Number three, another example. This is a big one. We know that worrying achieves nothing. Oh, yet we still worry. Am I right? Yeah. So if you think of your mind like a ship, every ship has a captain and a crew. The captain knows where we're going. He knows why we're going there, and he has a pretty good idea of how we're going to get there. So here's an example of that. You drive to work every day. You go the same route. You go into the same place, and you get there before you even knew that you stopped at that stop sign 4 or 5 blocks away. There you go. That's what that means. So, unfortunately, the part of our mind that has its hands on everything required to steer and sail this ship is your crew. And the crew is our subconscious. When the crew is listening to the captain, then everything is, smooth sailing. No matter how choppy the waters get, at least we know we're pulling in the right direction. But when the crew is not listening to the captain, you can end up with lots of parts of your mind pulling you in different directions due to the fact that each crew member is only concerned with that one specific job that they are doing. So by contacting the individual members of your crew, the captain gets to reassign jobs and ultimately steer the ship where it needs to go. Basically, you get control. So why should your crew listen to you? Well, here's why. Regardless of the fact that anyone who wants to make changes has probably already tried several other methods and no doubt has become frustrated with the inability to effect a lasting change. Well, redirecting your crew is very simple. Your crew seldom, if ever, objects to a positive change. The reason for this is that your subconscious mind is only interested in finding the best strategy for your most happiness. Your crew is never trying to sink the ship. It's always open to a new and better way of doing things. So just because you haven't learned one way of thinking about something doesn't mean you're stuck thinking this way forever. The reason it often feels like we're fighting against ourselves is because many of your crew members are now doing the wrong job. They assigned themselves these tasks when you were a child. And many of them have continued to keep doing those tasks without realizing that circumstances have changed. Now you're an adult, and now you're on a very different ship. And your crew members have the advantage of having a captain that knows where this ship wants to go, when previously they were just left to their own devices to kind of adopt whatever strategy made that ship not sink. So they got to make sure the ship doesn't sink, right? Providing a crew member has no objections to changing their own role, their own job, you will experience whatever change in thinking you believe to be better. This has happened for all of my clients, and it's just the most profound, exciting thing for them and for me to see. So the things that might stop us from changing. Well, remember, I said your subconscious mind is really excellent at making changes. We are learning machines, and as such, we're constantly upgrading the way that we perform. Finding better ways to achieve things is how we have evolved, and it's empowering. Your subconscious loves shiny new things, and it will knock down anything out of the way to get what it wants. So if the pattern of thought you want is so obviously better for you, why hasn't it changed yet? Well, guess what? Barriers. The barriers that stand between us and the change that we want to make in our thinking take the form of subconscious objections. So these are the reasons why the crew member who you are speaking to, the crew member who is concerned, can't make the change even though it seems like a perfectly good idea. These objections are often, but not always, based on safety or what your crew member believes the truth to be about keeping you safe. So listen to this. This is important. Communicating with your subconscious is not just about delivering the message that you want to be heard. It is first and foremost about hearing your subconscious objections so you can negotiate with that bit of your subconscious to make the change. So by understanding the objections to change and answering those objections, we actually remove the barriers between the current pattern of thought and the desired new pattern. So this is how it begins for a lifetime of navigating your own life. Now, if you want to meet with me and talk about this, and it can be for any reason. It can be for anything that's inhibiting you moving forward, an old pattern of behavior. And we will talk about it, we'll figure it out, and we'll make the changes. And then I'm going to teach you how to do it for yourself. Yes, seriously. So contact me at Control Fitness, all one word, Control Fitness at AOL.com. You can find me on my website, www.sp, that's Shannon Price, SP, themindmechanic.com. So please, also, you can find my podcasts on all of your favorite listening sites or also on my website. You can download, there are some free ebooks and a gratitude journal that you can download from my website for free. But what I want for you is so you can learn to navigate your life. I want to help you do that, but I want to leave you with you being able to do it for yourself. All right, guys, I love you all. I hope you had a wonderful 4th if you are in the United States. And I also want you to have a great week coming up. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I'm so lonely. I